you're like, you just
I know
glowing.
it's
What
glowing.
you got?
I'm glowing.
What's up,
Yes.
everybody? Welcome to Evening Tea, where we not only drink tea, but we spill the tea. And you guys, can you believe it's been a month since we've been on here? I mean, it's been, time is just flying. It's about to be October next week.
Yeah.
Is it next week? Yeah, next week. And it's just like life is just happening. And I started Evening Tea, maybe a year ago. Has it been a year?
It's been over a year, I think.
Oh, over a year ago, because with the pandemic and everything, and all my sister friends that usually get on here, we're either celebrating birthdays, we're going to get together and just hang out. And so tonight we're going to get together and just hang out because life has happened since we've been on here. Some amazing things have happened. And so I'm going, I always get on here and I recognize my sisters because they're doing some amazing, amazing things. And God did not bless me with natural sisters, but He surrounded me with some amazing women that love me and I love them, and we're totally doing life together. And so I consider it a privilege and honor not to call them my friends, but my sisters. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I don't know if Tawan or somebody could monitor my regular Gail page because I can't see the comments from there. But again, you guys, thank you for joining me on my fan page, my regular page, my YouTube. I am so grateful that you guys are joining us. And so we come on here 100% unscripted. Hello, Johanna. How are you? Thank you for joining us. We come on here 100% unscripted. They have no clue what we're about to talk about because, again, when we would get together for birthdays, celebrations, and stuff like that, we just sit down, we just hang out, we chill out or whatever. So I always want to start off with what we're drinking. And so tonight I am drinking hot and cold. Okay, so I'm drinking hot and cold. And so I am enjoying a nice hot cup of tea from the Tea Lovers Cafe. And I'm going to put that in my chat. You guys need to go check that out. It's a Black-owned business and it's owned by one of my sisters, Tawan. And when I tell you the tea is amazing, and I've had some people like, you just promote her tea because she your friend, your sister. But then when they order the tea, they're like, oh snap. I should have ordered more. But tonight I am drinking, something sexy, strawberry seduction, because I like sexy. So you guys head over to the Tea Lovers Cafe. I put the link in the chat over here. Tawan's or somebody's gonna put it in the chat over on my regular page. So that's what I'm drinking right now while it's hot. And then once I finish with my hot, I'm going to, I have fallen in love with this hint water. I'm telling you, hint water. My kidneys are going crazy because I have not ever consumed so much water in one day. Literally, I have been drinking 6 to 7 bottles of water a day, which is unheard of for Gail Crowder. I have spent over $100 and something on water in the last 2 weeks, but that's okay because I deserve it and my kidneys deserve it. Anyway, so Candace, what you drinking tonight?
I'm just drinking water, good old-fashioned water, because I have a water goal.
Oh,
and I'm not quite there, so I have to sip on this. I got to finish this today.
Ooh,
this is my second one.
That looked just so big and intimidating, but
it's not. It's a half a gallon. This is what you should be drinking every day, Miss.
Well, maybe I think I'm drinking a half a gallon because I'm using the bathroom. Excuse me for telling y'all, but I'm using the bathroom every 15 minutes. So I might have to get up off of here. So you drinking? Tawan, what you drinking?
Well, of course, I'm drinking Tea Lovers tea, and we have now moved over to refreshers. So I am drinking passion fruit refresher today. So that is what I am having. So I'm having that. You can have it cold and hot. And I'm drinking it cold today.
And just to let you guys know, this strawberry seduction, I had called Tawan. I said, can I make this cold? And she said, absolutely. But it was tasting so good hot. Then I was like, then I got my kids didn't do the ice and I don't like the ice out them. I'm funny. So anyway, so I'm drinking hot. let me quit going on. Sean, right, what you drinking? What you drinking?
I don't get to do this too often, but both of my boys are out the house, so I'm drinking me some Roscato. Just me and me. Candace, Tawan, Nidra, and Gail is just me and my Moscato, okay? When you got a 16-year-old in the house, you need to have some Moscato. Again, for all of the Jesus lovers, I love Jesus. But I'm going to drink me some Moscato, okay? Okay. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay? Because, people be trying to hit me up like, I don't think that's a good example. I'm like, then don't drink it.
That's real simple, right, Sean? That's real simple.
Come on. We got ministers on this line. Come on.
Your kindred spirit, Miss Ramsey, is would have been having whatever y'all having, Moscato, or whatever it's called. But she not able to join us tonight. But anyway, Miss Deidre, what you drinking?
I'm just drinking some sweet tea.
Some sweet tea. Ooh, that's good. I like that tea too.
Oh yeah, pure leaf.
Pure, yeah. That's some good tea. That's some good tea. That and I like the extra tea. I know that's bad for you.
This one, that's what it is. Extra.
Yeah, that's the extra. The label is the extra.
That's the good one, the extra sweet one, right?
That's the good one.
What she say? Some organic tea leaves from Jamaica. I don't know what you're talking about, Johanna.
Oh God.
I have no idea. We talking about Tea Lovers Cafe. I don't know what some Jamaican tea you talking about, girl.
You said get some organic leaves.
Anyway, but anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. And as you guys know, like I said, I love these women. They keep me growing in every area of my life. And it's so nice to be able to pick up the phone and say, I'm struggling here. What do you think? Can you help me here? They call and say, God showed me this, about, BSB or whatever. And it's just really nice to be able to have these people in our life. So I want to acknowledge some things that have happened in the last month, because like I said, things is popping. And people are popping. Sean got married. Congratulations. We've been praying for you. We was praying with you and for you before your wedding. So she got married. Congratulations. And also she's taken her marketing business. She used to do a lot of marketing for smaller businesses, which she really still does, because she talked to me today about my stuff, but she's taking it to the corporations and to the government. And I'm so proud of you. I am so proud.
Congratulations. Yes.
She's walking in her God-given gift. And, every time, she was helping us small businesses, which she is, with their marketing and getting us out there. But God's just saying, you got to go bigger, go to another level. And so I am so proud that you're doing that, and that you stepped out of your comfort zone and said, do it anyway. And you didn't drop us little people either. I'm grateful for that, and so I am grateful for that. Miss Lisa, joining us. Thank you. You joined at the perfect time, Lisa. Congratulations on your movie that you was starring in. Like
what I think, great. Yes.
You was in a movie.
Yes, go ahead.
And this ain't even the first one. Gone, Lisa Washington. Gone.
She a media mogul. She got magazines, she got all that. But I am so excited for you. And also, you've been nominated for Women of Excellent Award. Walking in Excellent Award honoree. So congratulations to you. You know what I mean? Congratulations. I'm so grateful and so happy to know you. And you deserve that. You really do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You support so many people in everything that they do. So I am so happy for you. Really, I am. I watched the trailer today to the movie. That's hot. Again, I ain't never going skating with you and Lauren. So because you ain't embarrassed me. Like I'm like, seriously, I used to hold up a roller skating ring. I used to have my pom-poms and a light at the bottom of my shoes. But honey, y'all be like you say, y'all be rolling and turning and no.
I'm gonna get y'all in the skating ring. I'm gonna get okay.
Is a liar. Nope.
I don't have no hands for the skating ring.
No, nobody want to be embarrassed with
real
you.
I'll go
with you.
I can't afford to be trying to break these bones.
So it's on. Okay, I got you. Yeah,
I'll bring the snacks and the ice packs.
They got a snack bar there, okay?
He said snacks and ice packs. Snacks and ice packs. You left
missed the ice packs part, boo.
We not bringing no snack bags into the skate ring now, y'all. That's no. It's gonna look like grandma coming skating. No, you don't bring.
You missed the part about the ice packs.
Well, it won't hit you till 48 hours later. You know, when you get older, it takes 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very true.
So you got 48 hours before you got to use the ice pack.
Yeah. Okay. So, Tawan, congratulations on completing your second Everybody Needs a Little TLC, which is coming out this weekend. Congratulations to you. I know the stress and the strain.
Thank you.
So, congratulations on that. Kim's not on here, but
thank you.
She's been taking her health and wellness game to a whole nother level. I mean, I know she's coached with Tawan, and you know, Tawan was trying to help her get, you know, her marketing and stuff, but I see it all coming together, and she's been putting it out there. So congratulations to Kim. She's not on here. Miss Kiki then moved to Georgia. She's not on here. And you guys, Kiki has been blessed to be featured in Women's Health Magazine next month. They found her on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, on her IG, just from her hashtag. So congratulations to her. And Miss Deidre, y'all, I flew to Georgia for Wife's Night Out escapement, and we had the best time. So congratulations for pulling that off. I mean, you know, since you moved from Philly to there, like, that was your first one just out. You just said, I'm going to do it. And congratulations, because we really had a really good time. And Miss Kiki is actually probably, I hope I'm not spilling the beans because they were supposed to be surprising her, but they had one of those, they had one of the restaurants we went to. So, because we had such a really great time. So congratulations to everybody. And Miss Candace, I am just so glad to see you. I am just so glad to see you. And you
just glowing. You see that?
She looks so pretty. She done told me she done bought a 3-wheeler, honey. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Which one? I did.
Which one?
I have a Spider.
Oh gosh, my husband is gonna try to find. Oh Lord, I gotta tell him, Lord, because he's trying to get me to get one. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute.
You should. It's much safer than a 2-wheeler. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
She's doing her thing, and so it's so good to see Candace, because I know she works a lot and stuff like that. So I was so glad when she said that she was getting on here. And so again, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much. I hope somebody's monitoring my regular page. So I want to get right into it, but before I get right into it, I want to visit one little thing really quickly that we talked about last month that literally carried over to when I went to Deidre's event. And I didn't realize what impact this conversation had on so many women. When I was at, Deidre's luncheon, we was at the Buckhead Club, big time, but she only do things big. Girl, we was all in the high ride, real fancy.
Can we just take a moment and talk about Deidre being the bomb event plan? When I tell you, I went to everything from the dark chocolate pretzels to the details on the plates. Come on, Lisa, we need to get Deidre in the place.
We was at the Buckhead Club, and I was like, this is nice. We was all up here, she, whatever it says. Tiffany Brown said, good evening to all. Thank you so much for joining us, Tiffany. But it spilled over to a conversation. We was just all having lunch at the Buckhead Club for her what do you call it? Your ambassador. Her exclusive ambassador for Truly Well. Ooh, look, I'm real boobalicious. I'm glad I got a nice bra. Y'all didn't even tell me.
Lisa, you weren't ready. You weren't ready for the boobalicious. I wasn't either.
Yeah, I looked down, my shirt all the way down. But anyway, Lisa, I just at the end of evening tea, which I didn't even think it was going to be a big deal. I said, at the time, Andrew, because I was calling him Mario, and Deidre, only one corrected me. Let me just be wrong for the whole conversation. Andrew Cuomo, he at the time he had just stepped down from being governor for being accused for doing whatever he was doing to all of those women. And my thoughts is why these women waiting so late to open their mouths and let them even get into positions. And I was like, tripping because I'm like, they did it to Bill Cosby 30 years later, you holding on to it. And then Lisa spoke up. And she allowed me to see it from a different perspective. And Tawan spoke up and said, back in the day, women were just getting into the workforce and getting into positions. And a lot of times they didn't have nobody to speak for them and didn't have nobody to advocate for them. So it literally opened my eyes up because in my mind, it was just like, come on, if somebody had did something to me in the workplace, try to touch me or make me try to sleep with them, I would have, and they was running for mayor, governor, whoever, I would have blasted them before they even got into the position, right? But again, thank you, Lisa, for opening up my eyes. But what I didn't realize is that some of the women had watched the evening tea that we had, and it opened up a discussion, and they were saying that they too had been violated. And they hadn't said anything either. And that opened up a discussion at Deidre's thing, right? And we had to shut it down because that's not what we was there for. But I did not realize how many women have been violated at work or whatever and just has never said anything. And when you said the reason why you didn't say anything because you understood that it would cause your family stress, and your mama wouldn't went to jail because she, like any other mama, gonna protect her babies and all of those kind of things. It just really opened my mind up. And I know me and you had a private conversation about that, but I wanted to just tell you thank you for opening my eyes and changing the way I was thinking. Because again, I have never been violated, so I didn't even look at it that way, right? Mm-hmm. And so that brings me to the topic tonight. One of the topics I want to talk about, which is Nicki Minaj's husband. Now, the woman that he violated in 1995, I believe. 1995 is now speaking out. And when she was speaking out, she was not holding her head up. She was holding her head down and everything. And people are saying it was because she was lying about the talking about it. And that, if you was walking in your truth, you should be able to hold your head up high and speak out or whatever. And Nicki was saying that she didn't believe that he really did that she put herself in a position pretty much by going back to his apartment. And we talked about that as well, and put herself in that position. So my thing to you is, a lot of times, from what I gathered, and I did some research on it, that's the reason why victims don't come up forth, because now she's taking a beating in the media for coming forth and not being like, I'm being like this. She was very, kind of with her head down and not being confident in what she was saying. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, that's typical. I think I'm kind of surprised. I've never been violated, but I've always had an understanding of what it means for a woman in general to speak out on whatever the issue. We are going to be the liar, the hoe. That's what we're going to be. So that's on the job, and that doesn't even sexual harassment, right? That's standing up for equal pay. I mean, it just is. There's so much writing on you speaking out. Whatever, whoever it is, on whatever topic. To be quite honest with you, y'all, we can go back to Monica Lewinsky. We can go to, Kobe Bryant and his situation. And I mean, name the situation. The woman is the bad guy. I hate to say it like that. Whether even when the wife stand by him, she's stupid. She this. It's really kind of a no. It's a no-win situation. I think people need. I mean, that's what the media has already. I mean, it had been doing that before social media, but now social media, you got trolls that don't even matter. So I think we have to be careful on what we do and how we judge and what we put out there about this woman and her situation, and also really use it as a tool, like you did, for the people sitting next to us and sitting around us. because that's really the real is that many women, especially women of color. I shared this stat with Gail. I was working with a pastor doing some marketing. 1 out of pastors of largely Black congregations have to have a special understanding for women in their congregation, because 1 out of 4 of them have had some type of sexual assault. Either they witnessed it, they experienced it, or something. Like 1 out of 4. Y'all, that's huge. That's huge.
That's huge.
So really, it's a thing in our culture and in our community, and it's a thing on both sides. Like I said, the woman who's hearing it, the woman who's experiencing it, the woman who has to still love the son, the husband, or whoever who did it. It's a lot, and I think we need to be cautious, mindful, empathetic, and also respectful. I think and not be so quick to judge on either side, because people do lie for the reasons that whatever, for press, but that's not usually the case, because they're putting themselves out there and the danger that happens as well. So that's my thoughts. I feel bad that this is even a thing.
Yeah. So anybody got anything else to add?
I just think go ahead, Cuomo.
Yeah, I do. Okay. First, I'm gonna speak to Nicki Minaj. Of course, we know you're going to defend your husband, because that's what you're going to do as a wife. You're going to defend your husband. You don't know if it's true or not true, because you wasn't there. Period, point blank. So I'm just going to leave it at that. To say that you should be able to hold your head up if you've never been in that situation. You can't say how a person should share their truth and what their demeanor and what their behavior should be. When you're trying to share something that personal and that something that violated you, it is hard to even grasp the words for some women to say what it is and what to call it, let alone to be like this straight up in the camera. And yes, he touched me here. You act like, we put these expectations on people that we can't even do ourselves half of the time. So that's what I find to be egregious of what we do to women. We hold them to this standard that most of us could not probably even do ourselves if we were in that same situation. And women are now just getting a voice, really. And we're just getting a voice, and we're still not being heard. 1 out of 4. That means 2 of us off of here, and it's only 7 of us on here, but 2 of us off of here seriously probably have been in some type of situation of sexual assault, abuse, witness, or something of that nature. And I just think, go back to what Sean says, we have to really be cautious of what we say and how we say, and not be so judgmental, because it could be any of us on any day, in the workplace, in your home, any kind of way. So I'm never going to say what did not happen, because I wasn't there. Yeah, some people could have holes in their stories. I don't care about the holes in the stories. And some people do make this stuff up, but a lot of people, 99% ain't making this up. So I think just, again, I'm not going to knock Nicki for standing by her husband, but I think she should be careful about what she says, because if he gets found guilty,
he was found guilty.
Oh, wow.
He was found guilty in 1995. He was found guilty, but her thing is that the lady never has came forth until now.
Yeah, I think it's really unfortunate. I saw the interview. Who did she interview with or whatever? I saw the interview, I think, where her lawyer was sitting with her. And like I said, you don't know because somebody might have felt that way about what I was going to say, which at 11, that's probably one of the reasons why, because it's like nobody's going to believe me kind of thing. But I think, and I understand the whole, defending your husband thing. What I found unfortunate about that, because I got a husband too, but at the same time, it's like, if you already know that this happened before you even came into the picture, that's where I'm concerned about how adamant you are of what he did or did not do, because you weren't even a part of his life at that time. So to already decide what's real or what isn't, I think part of the problem is that she doesn't, if it is true, she's not willing to accept it, because then that means something different for her. And a lot of times people don't want to accept the truth because that means that then their life is different. And she might stay where she is because it's just easier that way. But it's unfortunate that no matter what happens to a woman, or in instances when it happens to men, that it's always, what did you do? Or because even the story she told is like, well, what even if she went to the apartment, when did it become that is a catalyst for being subject to this? I don't get it. Like it's so many steps that we can make that are the wrong decision for us for whatever reason. If that's the way it happened, that's not the way she told it. But even if that was the way it happened, why does that now justify what could have happened? It's like the argument doesn't match the logic doesn't make any sense to me. But I think people just want to believe what they want to believe so that they can keep the vision that they have in their mind for themselves. She wants to be married to this man, so she cannot believe that he did this. I mean, it's amazing. Denial is a beast. That's all I got to say. Denial is a piece for the victim, for the culprit, whoever that may be. The victim is in denial. For a while, she probably thought, I can handle this. So, but then the fact that people, here's my thing too, with the attacking, even if you believe that your husband didn't do it, why would you bully somebody and threaten somebody for what is their truth? And you don't even know the truth. So I don't get the bullying. I don't get the mean spirited behind it. The only thing I get about that is that somewhere inside you think something. Because otherwise you wouldn't be so mean about it, because you're trying to, throw people off. That's just my take on it. Because I'm not understanding all the anger behind her. Meaning, I guess Nicki Minaj. I don't understand the anger. I don't get it. Like, what are you mad about?
They were saying in the chat, they say he went to jail. One lady said, amen, Lady T. Another, Tiffany said, they say her alter ego, the Roman character, was a rapist, and he her brother, and now her husband. So maybe she can't see what's going on clearly. Yeah. If she is still bruised and broken, he should be accountable, especially if she's having a problem healing. All of those things are in there, and all of those are valid. Deidre or Candace, y'all have anything y'all want to add to this?
Well, actually, I do, because this is kind of like, your man cheating. It's embarrassing, it's shame. And just like one of the other ladies just said, her marriage is going to be different. It's going to be different regardless, because even us as women, us as wives, in the back of our mind, did that really happen? Like, what really transpired? Even though she's saying one thing, I'm sure she's thinking another. And not only that, with him, it's like, what is the truth? So that's going to really take their marriage to a different level, because she wants to know, trust and believe they're having conversations, on the back end that, that may not seem like, it's happening. She gonna stick with him. She gonna say that he didn't, because that's what she want to believe. I don't know. I wasn't there. She doesn't know either, because she wasn't there. So it's just like, you just got to let it play out. But either way, she's ashamed and embarrassed. That's my thought process.
So Johanna, wait a minute. So Johanna said, is that she did it to someone too? Is that what's going on?
Well, she's talking about her alter ego. So this is the other part, and her brother.
Okay, this is getting too deep for me. No, okay,
I don't know about all that.
Let me skip.
Right. No. So, but here's the other side to it, because what I'm concerned about in general, because y'all know how I feel about this. I don't know the details. I'm not interested in necessarily his guilt. It's like you talked about, Gail. I don't think that Nicki didn't know. He went to jail. I mean, hopefully you married somebody and you know their history. I'm concerned about, and I'm not even saying their situation. When do we, I guess, recover or be better from our past mistakes or our past issues? I would have preferred that the woman speak her truth, write her book, and do whatever, and him and Nicki just be quiet. I mean, to be fair with you, because if he's going to jail, or even if she's suing him for civil, I don't know all the details. I don't want to. I'm just saying in general, because we've made stupid mistakes in our past, and what has happened socially is that now anything we say that had been recorded now can be put back out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm concerned on that end as to, you know, for real, both of y'all, if whether your husband did it, whatever the case, let her have her moment, whatever that is. Y'all go over there and deal with whatever healing, because here's the deal. Let's say that he did, and he went to jail and realized he was wrong. I mean, we've gone 20-something years. You learn some things, hopefully, bruh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't know, like I said, to the extent or whatever. I am concerned about how we deal with past mistakes and past issues, and keep people beholding to, I hate to say it, their stupidity, their drunken mess, whatever that is. You know what I mean?
Candace, you have anything you want to add?
I mean, nothing any different. You know, I think it's easier for people to victim shame because you can't get into your mind that somebody you know or admire, maybe you don't know, because these people on social media don't know these people. They just assume that because they've opened some of their life that they know them, you know, that they could possibly do something like that to another person. But honestly, my thought was, did something like this happen to her? And if she admits these things happened with the people who are close to her, her brother, now her husband, one, what does that say about her choices? And what does that say about her trauma that maybe or may not she has dealt with?
Exactly.
She healed from her own. So instead of, you know, and when somebody starts to lash out at you, they say, oh, you're mad at me because you see me and you.
Wow, that's good.
You know? And so it's like, oh, she's standing for her truth. I must knock her down because I'm not ready to stand in my truth.
That's exactly what I think is going on. That's that denial. Like, I cannot receive this because then that means I got stuff to deal with and I don't want to do it. I think a lot of people don't want to deal with this stuff. So they come out and call people names and talk about them and tell them they lying. Because what do you get out of telling this girl? Here's my thing. If you weren't there and you married him after the fact, he went on to jail with it. Why is that the stance that you're taking, as opposed to, I don't know what happened, but I hope she gets what she needs? You know, that's to me, woman to woman. What are you now you coming for her? Like, I just don't understand that. But I think that's how the mind works when, like Candace said, when you're not ready to deal with it. I can't accept that because I'm with this man. So how am I going to look if I'm laying down with him every night, but he really did?
But she had to deal with some form of something because she already knew he had came out of jail. She dealt with that in the media. She married somebody that went to jail. So she already knew that. So I don't know why she took.
Well, she already knew he went to jail.
Right.
That doesn't mean that she even felt that he should have been going to jail in the first place. So then the anger really built up because she feeling like, well, he went to jail for something that he didn't do. Might not be the truth, but now she done worked it up. So now she really mad at the girl because she, you know, it's amazing what your mind will do for you.
Is there something
not ready?
Is there something financial that the woman is requesting? I don't know the story. I'm just
I don't think she is at this point, but I did have a problem with them saying, okay, so next thing you know, because I think on one of these shows or whatever, with some of the radio personalities was saying, well, yeah, I'm gonna have a problem with it if she writes a book. Why?
No, absolutely
Why
not.
would
I
you
just
have
want
a
to
problem with it?
People want to control how you heal. They want to control how you heal. That's another thing.
Exactly.
People want to control how she heal. If she want to write a book and that's her healing process, let her write a book, and it might free some other people who know what they want to do. But you got one thing we always trying to do with Black women is tell us what hurts us and what don't hurt us and how we need to heal. You can't tell me that me coming out now, maybe she's finally just getting to the courage to say, you know, this is my real truth. This is really what happened to me. And kept it in close, and it may have been impacting other relationships she had, and she finally decided she wanted to speak up. But everybody wants to muzzle how she heals. Just because my healing might take place a different way, I cannot say Sean or Lisa should heal the same way, because we all heal differently and we need something different. She's identified what she's needed,
Exactly.
hopefully working for her purpose. And if this is how she's going to get her healing, let her get healed, because what she deserves to be is free. That's what she really
Exactly.
deserves. She deserves to be happy and free. And she can't be happy and free when she's in bondage to something that happened to her. And we want to keep
Exactly.
holding her in bondage because we don't push her open her mouth. Please.
Well, that's why I thought it
Society
was
get on my
messed
nerves.
up that they would say, so if she writes, so you already trying to dictate the future. So if she writes a book, now it's not true. Where'd you get that from? Like, you already
Well,
stepped her up, but
everybody's looking and everybody's looking at the money aspect. But if she writes the book and nobody buys it, that could be like Swan
exactly.
said, a channel to her
Right, it
healing,
don't matter.
right?
Why is that the boundary for now you're lying? That's crazy to me. Like, because you wrote a book about your testimony, now you're lying.
Her life,
Can I
her
put a different
story.
twist on this? Can I put a different twist on this? If it was a white woman, she could get paid.
That's
So why
right.
couldn't a black one? I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just gonna put it there.
Put it there. Drop
So,
it.
so
All
here's
right.
the thing.
I'm gonna end it on that. Okay, I got a question for you, and I think me and Kiki might have had this conversation, and me and Tawan might have had this conversation. Have you guys seen Phaedra and Nene and Chloe? Have y'all seen them lately?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They don't even look like themselves.
I seen Nene, but I haven't seen the rest of them.
I don't know.
If you see Phaedra, if you see Chloe Kardashian, and you see
Chloe, I have seen
Chloe,
Chloe.
okay, yeah.
Are you used to
they don't even look like themselves. And to me, I'm not shaming no other woman, because we all struggle with something. But it's like they have morphed into people you don't even recognize. Like literally don't recognize.
Did you see Lil Kim?
Well, yeah, Little Kim
Have you
did it
seen
too.
Lil Kim and some of the-
But what I'm saying do you guys think being in Hollywood is such pressure for them to look like literally morph into somebody different?
That's scary that you would fall into that. And what's scary is that going into Hollywood, you would feel that that's what you have to do to stay in the game. Because outside looking in,
They was beautiful.
I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
how that's working for you, because I wouldn't be good with myself if I don't look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be good with myself. So, like, what made you feel, let's take it out of what society is making you do. What made you feel
Kim, can
that you
mute
had to do
yourself,
that
please?
in order to blend in or do whatever you got to do? Why did you feel the need to do that? Because I'm not understanding that part.
Well, I lived in LA.
And I got a pouch and everything else and weight and everything. But I tell you what, I'm not going to cut myself up to make a movie. I'm not going to do it.
You know what?
Go.
I think that it is Hollywood. I have family there, and like I said, and have lived there for as long as they were in that industry and or field. They were told, you can fix it. You can make this better. I mean, I've known people to tuck their ears. I've known people. So we talking about nose and boobs. You know what, ladies, get in the industry, and someone because that's what we're talking about. People who have chosen or decided that I want to be here, whatever that is.
Can
I
I
want to
mute
be
Kim
in
myself?
the and they have had a standard or a belief that that's what it takes, or that's what is required of them, and that's what they do. I mean, and like my husband has issues with how many men are wearing toupees. Y'all, I mean, I hate to say it, it's something that goes, whether it be age, whether it be industry. If you think you can fix it, or you think you can be better, or you think you're going to look younger, That's really what's going on.
And I'm not knocking anybody.
I didn't say I was knocking. I'm just saying, but that's the psychology. It's
what
like
I'm knocking is when you literally transform and you allow somebody not to. You unrecognizable. And I'm telling you, the picture I seen of Nene this last time, and I know we didn't have some bad makeup artists that slay you, right? But you still should be recognizable, and you should still be the better version of yourself.
That's an internal issue. Yeah, that's I don't like something about me, so I'm fine with looking like somebody else. That's internal. Society out. Yeah, you can put some of it on, but you need to be sitting somewhere figuring that out for yourself.
Because literally, I'm like, seriously, I was scrolling through and I passed Phaedra up 4 or 5 times. And then Kiki called me. She's like, Gail, have you seen the picture of Phaedra? It wasn't that she put on a new wig and wearing blonde wigs and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about a total transformation where she don't even look.
I have to see that. I haven't seen Phaedra.
Oh, you have to see Phaedra.
I mean, Chloe. I saw the commercial with Chloe, and I didn't even know that was Chloe. I thought it
was Denise Richards for sure.
I don't know how to do the share screen thing or whatever, because I will pull up Phaedra and I will pull up Nene. Nene looks totally nothing like herself. Her nose is like a Michael Jackson nose now. Like, it's not normal. It's just not normal. And my thoughts are is okay, we all want to look better or whatever. If I could get a tummy tuck tomorrow, I would, because I've had 5 abdominal surgeries, and I could lose all the weight I want to. I would never have a flat stomach. But I would not transform myself so much where people couldn't recognize me. And to me, it's just like, is it Hollywood? And Sean saying that's the pressure of Hollywood. Is it so bad that people really have to do such drastic things to stay relevant?
But is it Hollywood? Because there's young people out here that ain't never been to Hollywood that's doing the same thing.
Well, that's Instagram. That's
well, I mean, you can. That's what I'm saying is you can name it Hollywood, Instagram, whatever, but it's internal. There's something wrong inside that would. All right, Tawan.
What happened? What happened, Tawan? What happened?
Looked like a bug or something. A fly.
He was over there fighting with a bug. I was trying to.
What's going on, Tawan?
I was trying to get rid of the bug, girl. A little net or something. I'm like,
he was fighting.
I was too busy.
She was like, woo, woo.
Yeah, I tell you, this is unscripted. She up there fighting the bug. Lord have mercy. I didn't even see it. So I mean, my thoughts was.
But Gail, I have a question.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, I want to say something. But sometimes people go get this plastic surgery. I believe a lot of it is internal, some things internal that they need to deal with. But see, you can't guarantee what you're going to look like when they start doing some structures up in your face, even if damage in other parts of your body. I think some things have happened is people have gone to these plastic surgeons and they've asked for certain things. And when they wake up and unmask, it's not what they guarantee, because Vivica Fox was one of them. And I'm not saying it to take anything away from anybody, but some did not get what they wanted, and now you have to live with it, because now are you gonna go have another surgery to correct it? That's too much. So I think sometimes it's not even that they're not feeling good about him. Okay, if you want to do some Botox in your lips or whatever, and you want to pull something back, but sometimes the doctor you go to might pull it back too far, because Nene nose is kind of really pointy and like this, and I'm sure that's not what she wanted, because she looked like she
they said. So they said just call her Nene Jackson.
Oh, that's what they call her, Nene Jackson.
They said that's what they said. Just call her Nene Jackson.
How do you share?
And Phaedra face is so slim now that it's not even funny. Phaedra face is so slim.
I have to see Phaedra. I haven't seen Phaedra.
Do I hear share? Do I hear share?
Yeah. You have it?
Yeah, you see my screen?
That's how you share.
We don't see it.
Oh, y'all don't see it? Okay, hold on, because I'm
you have to give permission to share.
Yeah, I was just afraid to say you might have. Yeah.
Do I hear share screen?
You hit share and they'll come up, Gail. If
you might have to give her permission.
Oh Lord, it says screen sharing.
You need 2 screens. Can y'all see it?
I don't know how to do that.
No, if it's saved, you could just click share and then pull it up, and they'll pull it up.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I'm sharing. I saw a picture of her and it's on here, but I guess it's not.
You can, if you don't have permissions, you can't.
But I don't know how to give permission. It don't let me do it when I hit
It'll
share
pull
screen.
up. If you click
Nothing
share,
didn't populate.
if you click share, it'll go down in the bottom, and then you'll be able to pull it into the screen. If Sean was to click share, then you'll see it as like another person coming into the live, and then you click it and it'll pop up.
But it says screen sharing is easier. I'm just gonna hit share screen, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you have to give me permission. Because like I said, I found the
Yeah, you have
picture
to
you're
give her
talking
permission.
about.
I don't know. Is it sharing?
Nope.
No.
No.
But I saw a picture. This I don't even know who that is.
I know. with that
I'm gonna have to
blonde
look
hair.
her up because I would. Oh,
I don't
'cause I
know.
didn't know. I watched that commercial for Chloe. I swear, I watched that commercial a dozen
I
times,
did too.
and I kept saying, I don't know who that is. And then when the little girl came out too, I was like, who is that? And then somebody said Chloe. I said, is that Chloe?
But
You
if
like
y'all see
Khloe
Phaedra and if you
Kardashian?
see Nene, you see Chloe, you don't recognize them, and you know them trolls that went in on them. But I mean, usually I didn't know, and you know, Phaedra, I know Phaedra was my girl and the Tawan's girl, but honey, Phaedra don't look nothing like herself. And I just wanted to bring that out to see if you know such pressure in our lives and trying to be famous and all of this kind of stuff make you literally transform yourself where you're unrecognizable, because to me they are not recognizable and they have to know that. Besides looking at themselves, the world is telling them, and it's
I think they wanted that. I think they wanted to look 20 years younger, and what they envisioned their Barbie girl look for them, and they got it. But I think what's going to hurt them now is that people aren't. That's hard to accept. I mean, because and look, I might be different than everybody else, because I think when you turn 50 and see, you on some level you have to embrace where you are. Okay, like I'm 53. No, I don't like everything I'm looking at when I look in the mirror, but I love me.
Mhm.
I would like to get rid of the pooch and some of the fat and stuff, but generally speaking, I love me.
And
but
me too. And that's
there's a lot of
that's why
people
I was
that don't
saying,
love themselves.
like I said, if I could do a tummy tuck, I probably would, but I wouldn't transform my face and do
Right.
all of those kind of things, right?
Because you love you.
I do, but I just was like, wow, to see that happen was a whole lot. Well, speaking of that, let me just tell you.
No, I'm just
Let me just tell you. In the last month, let me just tell you, in the last month, I have been on a plane twice, right? And everybody came for Monique when she talked about bonnets at the airport. But Lord have mercy, I'm gonna take off my readers for this one.
Wait a minute. Let me get
Girl, I have never seen more bonnets, flip-flop, them them checkerboard flannel sleeping pants in my life in airports. It is
Don't forget the fuzzy
absolutely
slippers.
horrible.
Don't forget the fuzzy slippers, honey.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Oversized.
It was a
Oversized.
whole entire girls trip. It was like 6 or 7 of them, right? 6 or 7 of them at the airport, leaving out of Baltimore at 8 something in the morning. And let me tell you, they coordinated. All of them had on bonnets. All of them had on these shirts with no bras on, like these shirts with these flannel pajama pants with the
get your cup, Lisa. Get your cup.
With the UGG, you know, them UGG fluffy shoes, you know, with the UGG strap at the back of them. And when I tell you they were so loud and so ghetto, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was so embarrassed for them. You are loud already. Talk about your girlfriend's trip, and then you're at the airport, like all 6 of y'all coordinated to roll out of the bed. That was not cute. It wasn't cute at all.
A bonnet on your head ain't never been cute. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all better leave Monique alone just because the truth hurts. Y'all looking a hot mess out there. Back in the day, your grandmother did not allow you to go outside, or your mama looking like you crazy. We couldn't even go to the door looking like that. And let alone, I know I have come downstairs and the door was open too wide. My husband's like, where you going? Because what you're not going to do
Represent me.
Go
But
to
let
this
me
door
just tell
so
you,
somebody see what you looking like, and I'm like, I got you. I ain't going to this door,
I
and
have
that's
never
real.
seen more bonnets, and that started in Baltimore. When I got to Atlanta, I'm gonna make me speak in tongues.
I
Oh
already
Lord.
know.
When I got to Atlanta,
Mm.
white leggings ain't for everybody.
Especially with all that cellulite. Oh my God.
Dude,
White
leggings
no,
ain't even
I
for
keep this
anybody.
room. Top behind was wide as my kitchen table, and no body shaming or whatever, because I could work out. But you're gonna put on some white leggings with cellulite, with white and red and white striped drawers, and a short shirt. You're not cute.
No crop tops. No.
You're not cute. You're not cute.
So
I don't care how small you are. Red and white striped drawers with white thin leggings. They ain't even quality leggings. That is not cute. I don't care
correct.
what you say to me.
Rule of thumb, she should have had some black
Yeah,
underwear on. That's just rule of
here.
thumb.
Shouldn't have had them white
Y'all
leggings.
can't have it both ways. Y'all can't have it both ways. You cannot say that a woman should be so comfortable in her skin and she should love herself enough to wear what she want to wear, and then when she come out here in it saying that is not acceptable.
I did not.
But you gotta look in the mirror before you leave out the house. You
I
gotta
did not say that.
before you leave out the house. You gotta do a Morris Day, okay? Before you leave out.
I am not saying that you should be comfortable enough that I should see your drawers.
No, ma'am.
That is way too comfortable.
No, ma'am.
Now, you should be proud of the underwear you put on your butt. I don't care nothing about no granny drawers, nothing like that. All I'm saying is I have the right not to see them.
Yes.
I don't want to see your drawers, and that goes for men and women. So if I can see them through your pants and your shirt, then you need to change your drawers. And I don't want to see them black,
especially if they nasty and dirty.
Oh,
you can't.
Okay, so let's just talk about that for a minute.
Yes, girl. Yeah, wait a minute. Yes, girl. Yes. No, cut it out.
Listen. Okay, so Tawan, I'm gonna meet you a little halfway.
No,
okay,
you ain't gonna meet her halfway because she wrong.
But no, listen, it's not.
I don't want it both ways. I want it one way.
That's fine. No, that's fine. But this is the thing. I have always felt that if I see your nipples, I feel like we need to be going to dinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that person. I feel like if I'm seeing your thong above your pants, like we should be family or something. Or like I said, we should be dating. I think some things there are levels to this. You understand? There's levels to this.
Add to in public now, because I could be your wife, but in public, you don't need to be seeing my thong over my pants.
Well, all I'm saying is, again, because you're in public.
Yeah, because somebody else is seeing it too.
There are levels, and my whole thing is, if house shoes are worn out the house, Candace, are they still house shoes? I mean, if they're sleep pants and you're awake, are they sleep pants? I'm just asking. Take it from the comedian. I'm just asking because
pajamas are for sleeping in. Okay. Pajamas are for sleeping in. If you're not sleeping on the street corner or on the bench, then I expect you to put some pants on and go about your business. I don't want to see what you're sleeping.
Let's put it together with the previous conversation we just had, right? About body positivity and feeling comfortable with who you are and being free, right? And we just talked about how Phaedra and all that kind of stuff. It takes a lot of work to look like that. And when you're getting on the plane, most women can't roll over and feel like they look good without all the extra stuff. So they wait to put the extra stuff on to their destination. So they just decide.
Look, and I'll
look. When you're going on vacation, you want to look your best. So you stroll up to the airport. You want to look good. They need to start having a dress code when you come to the airport.
Yes, they do.
You know what, Deidre? This is funny that you say that. No, seriously, Deidre. So when we were, my family traveled by plane, in the 70s, not a lot of black folks. There was really, you guys, and I'm not, and again, I'm saying this for the audience. I know who I'm talking to.
My aunt and them used to get dressed to the nines.
We used to get dressed. Our parents required us to get dressed to go.
Do your hair, comb your hair. Don't you go nowhere. Comb your hair.
But why?
Because you had an opportunity to do something that other people couldn't. So at that time, Candace, there weren't, like I said, there weren't a lot of black folk. So it was a standard. It's you're representing me.
I'm mad at Candace's question. I'm mad at Candace's question on why you got to comb your hair. That's the problem.
No, that's not what I mean. I don't know why you need to comb your hair.
Kidding.
But the thing is this. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that. But we throw out these traditions but we don't know why they started doing that. And so we want to, if we want these young people, and this is something I was talking to my mom about, even with the voting thing and getting my daughter to vote and stuff. She's like, do you know how many people died? I said, these young people are different than we were, right? Absolutely. You need to meet them on the level that they are, and they need to know why.
These weren't young
all the time.
I could see if these was teenagers, these was grown women going on a girls' trip with no bras on, and these pants
might not be grown.
But at some point, Candace, you got to do better. So at some point, you can't be 85 and walk around with no bra because you was never put that as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
We don't see
that 85-year-old Lisa. She not wearing a bra.
You walking around with a bra. You need to be home in the comfort of your own home.
I'm just saying, if they put
that's
the dress
just crazy.
there,
Hey, Sean, the 85, I don't want to wear no bra. I ain't
but you're not gonna be walking through the airport with no bra
leggings. If you put on some quality leggings, do not put on some cheap old leggings that are thin as a gauze with some red and white draws and think that's cute. That's
but I was raised right.
So even with leggings, you should have a longer shirt.
Yes.
So
so they can wear the leggings if they had to. But
But okay, so Candace,
thank you for
the roller from your bang.
So here's the reason.
Candace, they just be looking nasty.
But here's the reason why we can't go out looking like that. Here's the reason why. This is what my grandmother and my mother. The reason why you couldn't go out looking like that is because when you walk out the door, you are representing your family. And that means your grandmother, your grandfather. Well, wait a minute. I'm back in the day. Back in the day, though, it wasn't about representing you. It was about you representing your grandmother, your grandfather, your older aunts and uncles. It wasn't even about you. It was about, you're not going out there looking like that, and you belong to my family. So my grandmother was like that. You ain't going out there looking crazy. So I already knew when I walked. That's why now, when we used to go to church, ain't no way back in the day we were wearing pants to church and you got dressed. Okay, you put them patent leather shoes on, whatever you was wearing, but you put clothes on. Now they walk in there with jeans and a t-shirt and they like whatever because we being ourselves. But older people are like, it's so they feel like it's disrespect to the the church and all of that. So that's where I grew up saying that when I walk out the house, I have to represent myself almost as if I'm walking with my grandmother. And if I wouldn't walk around with my butt showing and my underwear showing with my grandma, then I don't leave the house until I fix it.
But see what Candace said.
That is so true.
But I'm hearing you, Candace, in that this is the generational divide. This is the great disconnect because our grandmothers we listen to. Our grandfather, like I said, our aunts, we respected. My grandmother was the person at the church, Lisa, that went around with a napkin under your mouth. Spit the gum out.
But sure now we're the grandmothers and we trying to be their friends and they're not paying us no attention because they just want to Uber and live all over the place. They don't even want to buy cars. They don't want to buy a house. They want to live in high rises. That's all they want to do. So to Candace's point, that's the truth because we need to step up.
These are not babies.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but for grandmothers, what did you call your grandmother? Now what they call it? I'm grandmom. It's just crazy.
Well, we dropped the ball. I do feel like, and I think I've said this to Sean before, and maybe Miguel. I think we, generational wise, we dropped the ball. That's why a lot of times I was having conversations with my kids, and my friends was like, "You doing too much." I said, "Hey, you do you." But she gonna know, like when she do too much, I'm gonna show her, Okay, so y'all don't report me because my kids are grown now.
Hey.
But back in the day, Halloween, my daughter's out there tripping or whatever. So for Halloween, I said, since you don't want to go out there and do what you're supposed to do, get your education, study, whatever, you're going to dress up like a bum because you're going to represent what's going to happen. You're going to get their education and whatever. She was hot to death, but I was not playing because if you want to go out there acting like one, then that's what we're going to dress up for Halloween. Like, and I was like, and when they ask you, what are you dressed as? You better tell them
You're a bum.
what you dressed as. Because that's because we don't teach, we never taught our kids. And I'm talking about some tough love sometimes. All this being friends and nah, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be, we're friends, but you ain't never gonna be my bestie. No, I'm your mama. Okay. So I don't want you doing
and I knock you out, right?
Your friends. Don't forget, because I have told several of my daughter's friends, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
But go you ahead. Know what? And that's what you have to say. But because I remember
go ahead. Tawan, you went out.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you went out. No, okay. No, go ahead, Tawan. I can't hear you. Yeah, you in.
Okay. Some of the things that we're trying to pass down is not necessarily right, but we stand on it as if it's truth. So I'm gonna go back to something Lisa said. We were taught when we grew up to go to church that you could not wear a dress. Let's be very clear. That was somebody's mindset that you were disrespectful to church if you came in there with pants on as a woman. That first of all, that was man. That wasn't even a woman that came up there. That was man's idea of how a woman should come to church and how she should dress and what gives reverence to God. Now, all of us all here know who love God know we can go in church with our jeans and tennis shoes on, and if we going through and we lay on that altar, God gonna hear us whether we got on jeans.
I get that. I get that. So, but I think,
or the nasty pajamas.
But we're holding people hostage to things that are not necessarily true. I'm not saying come out here in no paper thin leggings where I can see your underwear, because I think it's disrespectful to yourself. However, if that's the manner that you want to represent yourself, because let me tell you, it's plenty of mamas who have taught their children this is not appropriate, not doing. When they get grown and they want to step out the house, if that's how you really want to represent yourself, because at some point in time you take ownership of you. So if you really want to come outside in a bonnet, pajamas, your breast flinging all over the place,
I tell you what though, I tell you what though,
they could have been raised right. They could have made, and they make their own decisions. What I'm saying, as a person that has experienced that,
I'm here to.
Yes, and I see why Monique said don't do it, because it looks ghetto, it looks trashy, and it makes you look low class. I don't care what
look, this is my message. Right, but I don't care nothing about what, or I get what you're saying, Tawan, but here's where I think, and it's just my personal take, that this is where we drop the ball, because we let that line, because when you give you give a small, you give an inch, they take a yard. So once you open things up, then they go all the way here, because now they're expressing themselves. But I tell you what, Ashley, to the day she died, I'm telling you, I don't know if maybe because it's the way I was raised, right or wrong, but until she dies, goes away from here, you are still representing me on some level. So if I caught her at 33 years old with a child, being the wife of somebody, walking around here with a bonnet and pajamas, what I will do now, I can't make her do anything, but what I will do is say something to her. And I think that a lot of times we're not saying anything because we're giving them the freedom to express themselves. Life has changed. Things are different. I get the pant thing in the church. I mean, I kind of wasn't going too technical with it, but what I was saying was they really wanted us to look presentable, like it meant something to you to step out of the house and you wanted to feel good. I got exactly what Monique was saying. You want to feel good about yourself. There's no way that you're feeling good about how you look when you go out of the house in a bonnet and pajamas. You could not be feeling like you are.
It's no.
When you look good, you feel good.
But wait a minute. But how do you know whether they feel good or not? Because
I think from
your perspective, you're asking them what they feel like.
Think that's too much.
Some of them walk out like they $1 million. You make an assumption. But you make an assumption until you and guess what? I'm not going to decide one way or the other. What I am saying is this: we make assumptions that they don't feel good about themselves, don't think highly of themselves. You be amazed; they probably think real highly of themselves and feel really can wear this.
Yeah, but I think that's taking it. I think that's taking it.
How many of them are white?
33 years old.
I still think you got to represent. Hey, you can feel good in yourself. You can feel good about yourself in a towel, but that don't mean you go out.
I don't want to see it. I don't care if you married, single, cross-eyed, one leg. I don't.
And let me tell you something. These men don't like that, because when I was younger, it was a guy in our neighborhood. He had a hard crush on me, and he stopped by my house to see me. Guess what I did with me and my dumb stuff? I put rollers in my head. I put a scarf on. I had slippers on because I wanted to look like everybody else. And he told everybody, my brother told me, he was like, that girl looked like a tackhead. That's not the girl that I was used to seeing. But my mom wasn't home. So I'm just like, all right, so I didn't know. But our parents didn't say, don't do this, because it was just, don't do it. And so it wasn't a dialogue. It was a monologue. We couldn't say, well, why shouldn't I look like that? So these girls look like tackheads, and they look dirty. And the thing about it is that nobody is telling them. Monique came out, and they always like, well, she look. But now my daughter, you always
want to learn people lessons from them. Sometimes people got to learn on their own. Sometimes they got to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, we can talk to we black and blue in their face, and we can tell them it's not until that dude say to you, I wouldn't even be bothered with something looking stanky.
That may be true, but you still gonna hear from me. You still gonna hear from me first. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying that you should. What I'm saying is, as a parent, you should. That don't mean the kids listen, though.
That's true.
They're gonna change for that man. These people crazy about the men. They're gonna change for the man. They might not listen to mama, but they're gonna listen to the man.
I think that people gave up. I think that people decided on some level, just personally thinking that they're not going to do what you tell them to do. They're not going to listen. So people stopped talking. They stopped telling them, because they're like, they're not going to listen anyway. I mean, to some extent, to what you said, they're going to learn it on their own. But I still believe, I believe that that's where we dropped the ball. Whether they're going to listen or not, there's a level of responsibility that we have as parents or guardians or whatever we are, to still send the message. Now, you might still do you, but you gonna know that when you come around me looking like that, I don't appreciate that. So you might do it on the street, but there's a lot of kids that do all kind of things out in the street. But when they go around their mom and their grandmother, they don't do that stuff.
I'm not even talking about these kids. These are grown
women. I don't want to hang around my aunt or cousin. If you ain't putting no clothes on, you a grown woman, like you older than me, man, I ain't got time for that. That's too much. And then you in front of my kids. I don't want my son to see it. I don't want my daughter to see it. So I would say something to her too, saying, come on now, what you doing? What you doing? Y'all taking the freedom thing too far. Like, it's too much. Like, do what you want to do. This taking it too far. Like, no.
Because here's the other side. Because I'm hearing y'all, and I'm hearing you. I'm seeing you, Candace. One of the things that my pastor told me, and I remember my father was 20 years older than my mother. So my father passed away a couple years ago. You guys, he was 90. So that's a whole nother jam of generation. He talked to us about everything. He talked to us about our perfume. He taught us how to eat at the table. He talked to us about, wearing too much, always from a male perspective. Okay, so totally old school. But I will say this: one of the things the pastor told me to always remember: dress how you want to be addressed.
Yes.
So I want you to
like that.
So one of the things that I always keep in mind: you're traveling. You have, and we're just using Gail's example. Anything could go wrong.
Yep.
Anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to approach. Here's the unfortunate part about it, Candace. I mean, and again, we conservative. We might be presumptuous. I hear you, Tawan, because like you said, they feel like they looking fly. When you come up to me to talk about your seat change, your whatever, and you're wearing a bonnet, I'm not seeing you as a respectable customer. I'm literally thinking
you just rolled out of bed.
This person just rolled out of bed. And I'm expecting, here's the unfortunate part about it. I'm expecting a certain attitude. I'm expecting a certain behavior. I'm expecting them not to be prepared. All of these things simply because when we live in a world with uniforms, if you go into Target with a red shirt and khakis on, Lisa, I don't care if you have a badge on.
And I've done it.
Somebody's going to come up to you and say, excuse me, could you tell me where the lotion is?
Yeah, I've done it.
This is the world we live in. So I mean, I'm not tripping on you, sis. And I'm like I said, you and the legs. What I'm saying is that when you put like I said, when you put your your tattoo right above your ass cheek and your and your thong with a crop top, Candace, I'm seeing it. So here's the deal: be cautious, right, body conscious woman. When I say, oh, what does that mean? Or did that hurt? And then you offended. Baby girl, you put a commercial on. I'm not saying that I'm going to be disrespectful, but again, I'm not even talking about disrespect. I'm talking about you showed it. Some things we have to understand are supposed to be private. You know what I mean? You don't walk around here with your social security number on your t-shirt.
Oh, you better come on. You better come on, Sean. Yes.
That's sometimes says they don't always change for the man. Sometimes the man is looking just as dirty.
I was just looking at that. Yeah, but Kelly said modesty is beauty.
Yes, but you know, at the end of the day, like like that whole little girls trip crew. Now, I've had my bags lost. Now, you are at the airport getting on the plane to go to Jamaica or wherever your girls trip is. What if one of y'all bags get lost? You at the hotel stuck with a bonnet, your t-shirt on with no bra, your checkered board flannel pants, and your UGG house shoes.
Guess what the difference is, though? If that is the scenario, you're going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. Because that's not the way you would go out and
they're gonna give you some like dirty looks.
The difference is that when they do it, they feeling real comfortable. Like, I ain't gotta wash. Well, first of all, I just feel like washing. And maybe this ain't fair, but if you still in your pajamas,
you might
be that you didn't take a bath. I'm just saying. So if you don't care nothing about washing your behind before you go out public, that's a whole nother situation right there. And I'm just saying, perception is everything, y'all. It's not about what you got the right to do. But
that's why what Kelly said. Sometimes the men look just as dirty as the women do.
Well, that's because you were saying that the men, they got to get it together for the men. Okay, I want to end on this note. Yeah.
She's right about that.
Let me just tell you, don't do it. It's not cute. It's not pretty. Think about if you go.
Wait a minute. Can I ask one question, Gail?
If you're gonna lose your bag, you might be stuck out looking the way you looking at your resort. That's not cute. Yeah, go ahead, Petra.
But did they even? But did they watch the movie Girls Trip? How did they look when they were going to the airport and stuff? Like, I mean, since they're going on a girls trip.
I don't know, but I and then on top of it, we so loud. I'm like, Lord have mercy, help us. It was 8:00 in the morning, and I was embarrassed for us.
That's attention seeking. They're in need of some things. Want to be seen, want to be noticed. So some people will look different just so they can be seen and be talked about because they're not getting attention somewhere. I just think we just need to do better. Okay,
we need to do better.
Some of it is a matter of maturity.
They got some cute pajamas out there, but they do not belong out in the streets.
They was loud for the turn up, Lisa.
Okay. I want to end on this, and then we will get off of here. This kind of hurts my heart. Now, Mr. Kenneth Copeland, y'all know he's a well-known pastor or whatever. He is begging his parishioners to help him buy a private jet because he does not want to get a COVID vaccine. So now some airlines is requiring that you have to have a vaccine or you have to wear a mask, and you have to wear a mask, but they're not asking for vaccines. So now he's asking his parishioners, and see, I used to be a follower of Mr. Copeland, and so now he's asking his parishioners to buy him a jet in order to be able to fly and service God's people without having to wear a mask, get the COVID shot. He said that's the mark of the beast, and some other things. What do you guys think about that?
That's the most ridiculous thing
I just got 2 words. Bye, boy.
What? Go ahead, Candace. Candace said, "Bye, boy."
Bye, Felix. Yeah, bye, Felix. No,
What'd you say, Candace?
I said I'm gonna leave this studio right now because I don't got no words for that foolishness.
that's ridiculous. That's
Boy, bye.
Look how
Boy,
Tamar
bye.
looking
Yeah,
straight side
yeah.
eye.
Candace,
Bye.
this is for you,
Say,
Candace.
Tamar.
Yes, girl. Yes. Bye. Look, ain't
Bye.
no,
Boy,
that's
bye.
That's pimping from the pulpit. I think that's just
Mama Gail
pimping
said
from
that
the
pastor is
That's
ridiculous.
what it is.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Pimping from the
She
pulpit.
is telling
That's
the
pimping from
truth.
the
Get on the plane
What
like
you got to say?
everybody else and
We
put
used to
your
follow
mask on.
him. You know, our pastor used to follow him. We used to be part of
Say
that.
I can't.
Kim, you ain't got nothing to say.
It's nothing to say. I mean,
She cannot with him. That's what she's saying. She cannot with him. That's
What Killer said, that's a lot.
Yeah.
that's a
What do you have to say, Sean?
He knows who he dealing with.
Yeah.
So let's just listen. I'm not rolling up to Lisa and not asking her something that I think she's going to give me. Period. I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You know, so let's be clear. He had enough nerve, whatever. He had enough of an
I
understanding.
know, right? That's what I was gonna say, Candace.
Balls.
I mean, but here's the thing. It doesn't take it. Okay, so again, if I ask Lisa for a power shut up shirt, that's nothing. That doesn't take balls because I know who I'm talking to. Y'all get where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, pick up what I'm putting down. He didn't come to us. He ain't ask us. He asked people who believe what he believed. He asked people who because I'm surprised he don't already have a private jet, but that's separate. But he asked people who
is people?
What he believes.
He has one. He already has a private jet, but he's looking for a new one. And Kelly Smith said he's crazy. He said she said if he starts walking now, he'll get there by next week. Kelly, you are crazy. I'm going to sleep.
Kelly on point.
Yes. He starts walking now.
Who are all these people? Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with all these people that would be down for that? That's the scary part for me.
No. Let me help you out.
Still, I'm thinking.
Let me help you out.
Oh gosh.
I live in the wonderful state of Texas.
Absolutely, where he is.
I'll say so. Let me say this again, ladies, because I'm the only one. I live in the wonderful state of Texas.
I'm from Texas.
And Lisa Washington, I know you're from here. I'm just letting you know how it's going down. Like I said, you got to pick up what I'm putting down.
Okay.
Lisa
I don't want it. I don't want it.
I promise you that the people that he's talking to,
yes.
I was just at the grocery store. I promise you they were just at the Target that I went. I promise you.
It's still scary.
It's scary. But let me just say this real. So as you all know, there's so many different things. I'm not even making this political conversation. I'm just going to say this. This is not going. He's just revealing what is happening to a large part of the population.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, and again, I know it may be offended. I just had a situation, you guys, just this past week where a group of people traveled from Baltimore to come here, and one was sick, but didn't say, if she didn't get tested because she wanted to travel. So when you ask the question, I'm just going to say it. When you ask the question, what happens? Ladies, you can't say that you have it if you didn't get tested. So she didn't get tested. Got on a plane, came here, and had COVID and infected an entire family. But here's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. She, along with that family, were not vaccinated, had been against the vaccination, and now they have children who are sick, 5-year-old baby, okay, and they're missing work. My husband works at a high school in Texas, everybody, in North Dallas. A woman, 54 years old. Husband died yesterday. I'm not last week, the global pandemic is over. I'm just letting y'all know, not that you don't, but I'm just telling y'all, this is like close to home. these people are educators and working in schools and working around people. They ain't getting vaccinated.
Yes.
And
No.
that woman's husband, the woman also had COVID, y'all, but her husband died.
Yep. It's happening.
So unfortunately, y'all, we're not just talking about mark of the beast. We're really talking about people who are deliberately putting others in harm's way.
That's right.
And now losing, watch this, and now losing family members because you didn't want to take a shot.
Selfishness on a whole nother level.
And here's the deal, y'all. Let's be real. So it's the mark of the beast. So I'm gonna die. Right, hold on. Watch this. Watch this, Tawan. It's the mark of the beast. I'm gonna die. Watch this. And I don't get it. I'm gonna die. You gonna die. Let's take a shorter route.
You shall surely die.
Let me just tell you, I'm not a Bible scholar.
What man?
The word of God is very clear. He gives you common sense, right? He gives you common sense.
That's right.
That getting the vaccine is not the mark of the beast. It's not. I like I said, I'm not a Bible scholar. Y'all don't come for me. I am not, but it is not the mark of the beast.
This is selfishness on a level that I have never seen in my life.
But here's the thing: we've been getting vaccinated.
Yeah,
I got it right here. I don't know what this is.
That part.
But I got it.
That part.
I got this before. I got this before I knew my name.
No, not just you. Not just you. Not just you.
I don't.
Wait a minute. If you sent
you said it. You said it.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids. Okay, your kids got vaccinated so they could go to school for umpteen years, and now you woke about something? What are you talking about?
Because people just want to appear to be so deep. I don't know what's in that. You don't know what's in that tattoo, Keith, do you?
You don't know what's in that joint. Wait a minute. You don't know what's in that joint you smoke. You don't know what's in that alcohol you drink. You don't know what's in none of that stuff, but y'all sipping and smoking every day. So what are you talking about?
Right. Deidre, I'm dropping all the mics.
I can't with none of these people because I don't care. People, look, they be pissing me off with this because this is why I go out there and get angry because I have literally been in a restaurant and saw some man who maybe you was over there eating with your friends and you didn't have your mask on. But I tell you what, the bathroom was over by where we were. So why are you standing here, not only without a mask, but while they moving food through the restaurant, you breathing all on the food and everybody else. So literally I said, and I know I was taking a chance because people out here crazy, but it rocked me so bad that I said, I do not want to die because people don't want to put on their freaking mask. And then he looked down at me and I looked at him. Yes, I'm talking to you. So then he walked his behind over there. Go sit over there with those people who don't care to live and get them sick. But I don't want that over here. And it's messed up because we can't even say something to people without them getting mad because you're telling them to do what is the right thing to do.
Well, did y'all hear about this couple that got kicked out of a restaurant because they were wearing their mask?
Yeah.
They got kicked out.
Was that in Texas? I heard about that.
Yeah, they got kicked out in Texas, and the owner said he didn't want nobody wearing masks.
You know what?
And so he put them out, and the people said, well, we have a kid with special needs that has health challenges. That's why we wear masks. And he said, well, you can go eat somewhere else.
I can't.
There's that great state of Texas.
Kelly says she will only go to die and also take a lot of people with her, along with her. People listening to conspiracy theorists and Facebook news, their information. That's the problem. It is true. It is true that there's so much misinformation out there. But it is really, really sad. I had a whole bunch of other stuff I want to talk about, but you guys are crazy. But thank you guys. Yeah, even the tea has been off the chain. Mr. Copeland, pay for your own jet. People,
why can't bus a train?
Gail,
Stop milking the
Yes.
people.
The Bible says you have not because you ask not. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. So he asked. Like Sean
You know
said,
what?
he knew he could go
Wrong.
ask his congregation.
So-
Would give
so-
it back. He knew he could bring that to his congregation. He knew that.
But this is what thank you, Tawan. Going back to the point.
And where they gonna be? And the ones that's paying for the plane, where they gonna be? What flight they gonna be?
They gonna be on the flight with us.
It's called tithing, man. It's called tithing. It's not a big
Tawan is killing me right now.
It's a jet fund.
You are
It's a jet
crazy.
fund. It's a jet
Tawan
fund.
is killing me right now.
He knew who he was talking to.
I'm with Sean. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. He asked them because he know they will do it. He knew.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So everybody's tripping.
But that's still sad.
He didn't ask us. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. He didn't ask us.
I get all of that.
Right. But how many of those people is he gonna give around on his private jet?
None.
Y'all gonna be walking while he's flying.
They probably didn't get a vaccination.
That don't make them too bright, though. I mean, you're supposed to think for yourself. You're supposed to think for yourself, though. What the, you know what?
That's what they believe. That's what they believe.
Look.
We have people in our
look,
circles that believe that they're not going to get vaccinated. They believe that COVID is not real. They believe all of that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, people that we know real close. That's why I don't have them at my house.
Yeah.
I'm fooling them.
But you know, I went to the doctors today, and the doctor said I qualify for the booster.
Amen.
And I'm like, okay, thanks for letting me know.
Whatever I need to do. I mean, and see, that's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
November, here I come. That's all.
Right. Because it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. What you gonna do? You gonna take your chance? You gonna take a chance to live? You already know the virus killed over 600,000 people. That's what I do know.
To the people, to all my natural people. So those of you who know, and Gail, I'm gonna stop. To all my natural healer people. Okay, again, Candace, you know I love Jesus and I like juice and kale. Okay, but guess what? Y'all didn't do it before. Now you gonna do it. You didn't even know what spirulina and sea moss or none of that stuff was in 2019. You didn't even want me to get you, Kim. They didn't even want to get the ginger. You understand? Yeah, come on, Kim.
Ginger who? Gilligan's. That's right. Ginger who? Gilligan's Island. No. I know.
But now, all of a sudden, Candace, they gonna all of a sudden want to be. I need to strengthen my immune system, baby girl. You still sitting up in there frying. You eating fried chips. You eating fried pickles, baby. You don't do it. You think just because you done watched a couple YouTube videos and now you gonna take some zinc and you ain't gonna get sick? Sit down. Natural people, okay? All y'all
can.
natural. Sit down. Get the sat down. Because I'm telling you, you need discipline. Watch this. And an immune system, Kim, as you already know, it has to be built over time. So all of a sudden, like I said,
wait a minute though, Sean. Let's not go so hard with that because everybody finds their time to catch on and learn something new. So, because I'm brand new to the taking, I'm taking it all now. So judge me if you want to.
I'm talking about the people who are natural and not taking the vaccine. I'm talking about this.
Okay, because I'm about to say I'm taking the vaccine, I'm taking the natural, I'm taking everything. What you got? I'm taking it. I want to live. I want to live.
Where the medical marijuana? I want that too.
I want to live.
Help Jesus. Drop the mic, Tawan. Drop the mic. Woo, drop the mic.
You ladies go visit the Tea Lovers Cafe. The link is I can't. I just
really, that's right. Tawan chamomile tea every night. Hey, I'm taking it all.
Take it all.
Lisa said it's going down.
I will see you guys on Tuesday for White. Y'all are crazy. Make sure that you register for Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage.
Yes.
I got my water.
Y'all are really off.
But don't judge me because I got my Baileys too. Okay. So what? I'm not perfect. Okay.
But you're going to the doctor. You going to the doctor. The rest of them folks taking hot toddies thinking they're going to get cured.
Goodbye. Y'all crazy. Woo.